between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
He's tackled at the 32.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slash and run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
A gain of 7. First down.
Hands it off out of the gun. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Danico Autry on the stop. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Wilson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. 15 yards on the play. First down.
First down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
Wilson's pass.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Seahawk ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run forward with Penny, and he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
It's a gain.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
At the full 17-yard line.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown.
DK Metcalf, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive.
Kick is good.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Colts nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set to throw on first. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
If you were me,
and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Kenny Moore brought him down. A gain of 15. And the Seahawks.
First from the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and...
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 23. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down, Seahawks.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Colts nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
11.
Set from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll be out right at the 35. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Brissett. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
This is taken at about the 14. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He was brought down by Anthony Walker. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A pickup of 2 yards. And the Seahawks 1st down.
They go play action now. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
At the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
To DK Metcalf.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Second and 11. from the shotgun. It's Brissett. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7.
Right back to him on first down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And this a quick slant to Lockett.
Wilson.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the
Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Complete.
Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Colts, nothing. Michael Dixon.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, kill. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you go.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Three down. Hey, check Mike 45.
Taylor. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them?
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Watch the slant. Watch the twist. Watch it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Seattle.
14 yards. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go right back to Mack. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Brought down.
But they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Hines, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. After the interception, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett, and he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
To Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will extend this big lead.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Play action. Now Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown.
DK Metcalf there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Seahawks 56, Colts nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Marlon Mack. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Mack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And 3.
Hey, kill. Middle.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. You better be afraid of me. You go.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 61 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Mack. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brought down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
47-yard line.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. It's Mack. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
The Seahawks.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
3rd down.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Tyler Lockett. Touchdown.
Tyler Lockett there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
They'll take over.
Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, and also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Down Seattle.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And it's caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown.
An 11-yard touchdown. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Seahawks 77, Colts nothing. Michael Dixon.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
Brissett. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Tyler Lockett. Touchdown.
Tyler Lockett, 37 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
It is good.
And he'll bang that one through.
Score Seahawks 84. Colts nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They run once more with Taylor. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's me
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Double time. 3 down, 3 down. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. You must be dreaming. Gone. Check 6, God. Hey, kill.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Wilson's pass intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Today's final
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Seahawks, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Day.